Welcome to the presentation on probation and dismissal. Let us begin by making it clear to you that your success as a student is very important to us. Due to your current academic standing, it is vital that you understand how probation and dismissal works. This workshop will cover essential information which should help you be more successful. There are four main objectives of this presentation. The first objective is to assist you in understanding the process of Stage 1 and Stage 2 academic and progress probation, as well as dismissal. Secondly, to increase your awareness of specific reasons why you are currently on either academic or progress probation. Thirdly, to help you identify specific strategies to clear probation or dismissal and gain good academic standing as quickly as possible. And lastly, to help you identify resources on campus which may assist you in gaining academic success. Based on state law, Contra Costa College is required to keep track of your grade point average each semester and monitor your progress. As a student, you are required to meet minimum standards of success in order to continue enrolling in courses at the college. Your status as a student is monitored throughout all three colleges in our district: Contra Costa College, Diablo Valley College, and Los Medanos College. If you are on probation or dismissal, you are on this status at all three colleges. There are two types of probation and dismissal. Academic probation and dismissal occurs when you fail to obtain a 2.0 or higher grade point average. Progress probation and dismissal occurs when you fail to complete greater than 50% of your units due to grades of W, which is a withdrawal grade, I, which is an incomplete grade, NP, which is a no-pass grade, or NC, which is a no-credit grade. The first area that Contra Costa College is required to monitor is your grade point average, which is the main way you are evaluated as a student. You are expected to maintain an overall GPA of 2.0 or a C average throughout all semesters attended. You may struggle to maintain this standard, especially if life circumstances get in the way. If you are unable to maintain this cumulative 2.0 GPA after having attempted a total of at least 12 units, you are placed on Level 1 academic probation. If you attempt additional units in a subsequent term, and once again you are unable to maintain a 2.0 cumulative GPA, you are then placed on Level 2 academic probation. Once on Level 2 academic probation, it is absolutely necessary to maintain a 2.0 GPA or better during the specific term which you are currently enrolled. If you fail to do so, you will be subject to dismissal from the college. If you reach dismissal status, you will be unable to register for classes or make changes to your existing schedule, including adding, dropping, or petitioning for a course to be taken on a pass-no-pass basis. If you then wish to continue at CCC or any of the three colleges in our district, you must then file a petition for reinstatement. Here is an example of an academic probation grade report. Note that each course is assigned a unit value. In this example, English 1A, Psychology 220, History 120, and Art 116 are all 3-unit courses. The PE 102 course is worth only 1 unit. Each letter grade has a corresponding value for each unit. An A equals 4, a B equals 3, a C 2, a D 1, and an F 0. To calculate GPA, start by determining the grade points earned for each class completed. Grade points equal the total number of units of the course multiplied by the grade value for each letter grade earned. The GPA equals the total grade points earned divided by the total units attempted for letter grades. In this example provided, a GPA of 1.69 is earned, and this results in the student being placed on academic probation level 1, since at least 12 units were attempted and the GPA falls below the minimum standard of 2.0. The other area that Contra Costa College is required to track is how successful you are at completing the courses you enroll in. You are subject to Level 1 progress probation after you've enrolled in at least 12 units, and 50% or more of all units enrolled in result in W, I, NP, or NC grades. If you enroll in any courses in a subsequent term, and once again do not complete at least 50% of the courses you attempt, or are still below an overall completion rate of 50%, then you will be placed on Level 2 Progress Probation. Once you have reached Level 2 Progress Probation, if you do not complete more than 50% of all units you enroll in with successful grades, you may be placed on Progress Dismissal status. The definition of the above grade symbols are as follows. A W is a withdrawal grade, and it means that the student did not complete the course either because they dropped themselves or the instructor dropped them after the drop without W deadline. An I is an incomplete grade and may be assigned by an instructor in certain instances when an unforeseeable emergency or life circumstance directly impacts a student's ability to be successful in a course. When an incomplete grade is received, students have 1 year to complete the coursework that the instructor requires of them. At this time, a second letter may accompany the I on a grade report, for example, IF. This second letter of F represents a default grade the student earns if no additional work is completed after 1 year has elapsed. An NP, no pass, or an NC, no credit grade indicates that overall less than C-level work was performed in the course taken on a pass, no pass, or credit, no credit basis. Using this example, you can see that this student withdrew from 2 3-unit courses. Only 6 units out of 12 units, or 50%, were successfully completed. So even though this student earned a 3.5 GPA due to their successful grades in English 1A and Psychology 220, they will still be on progress probation due to only 50% of the units achieved with successful grades of A, B, C, or P. Simply stated, Progress Probation Level 1 occurs when you fail to complete greater than 50% of your enrolled units with successful grades. Another way of stating this is if you enroll in a minimum of 12 units and you complete 50% or more of your units due to unsuccessful grades of W, I, NP, or NC grades, you will be subject to Progress Probation. As already mentioned, life circumstances can get in your way which can take away from your academic success. If you are having issues with your academic performance, it is important for you as a student to take a personal inventory of your life to try to determine what is hindering you. There are many possible reasons why you may experience challenges to your academic success. These reasons can serve as barriers and fall into 2 basic categories: external and internal factors. When barriers to your success come in the form of life circumstances outside of yourself, which you may have little or no control over, we can classify those barriers as external factors. These external factors can include reasons such as financial difficulties, which may cause an inability to afford books or other school supplies, transportation, rent, or any personal necessities; a lack of solid support system from your family or friends; family conflicts or responsibilities may get in the way of school. It may be necessary at times to seek support within your family so that you can focus more on school. Your boss or employer may at times require you to work too many hours, which may result in you having less time than you need to study. And unfortunate or tragic events may take place that simply occupy your heart and mind to such a degree that your schoolwork is compromised, and withdrawing from your classes may be the furthest thing from your mind. Internal factors are generally reasons that come from you, and very often you may be able to exercise some degree of control over. Some internal factors include unsatisfactory study skills or study habits, a work-school imbalance, overloading, or time management issues, being unaware of how or when to drop classes, low skill levels in reading, writing, or math, a lack of understanding of how or when to approach instructors for help, Personal issues, which can include low motivation, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, or a poor attitude. Health issues or unhealthy lifestyle choices. Having a learning disability of some type. Being unaware of or not utilizing campus resources such as tutoring or counseling. Or having unclear educational or career goals. One very common internal factor seems to center around students either working too much or taking too many classes for the amount of hours they are working. Very often, in an effort to make up for what you may perceive as lost time, you may choose to take too many courses and thus sabotage your own success. Only you can determine how many hours a week you need to work to meet your expenses, but you must consider the impact this can have on your academic success. Choosing your courses more carefully in the future is an important first step toward your long-term success. If you think you need to seek out some academic help like tutoring, ask your instructor or a counselor for a referral as soon as possible. Take out a piece of paper and pen and write down one factor that you feel may be largely responsible for your academic struggles. It should be something that you have some degree of control over in the future, so you may wish to consider the above list of internal factors. Pause this presentation now and take a couple of minutes to think about any internal factors that may be hindering your success. Your particular circumstances may be different from the ones mentioned in this presentation. Write down a goal statement for yourself regarding any particular factor or barrier to your success that you absolutely know you can improve on. Be specific and write down exactly what you want to have happen before the end of this semester. Now, underneath that goal, write down 3 specific actions you will take before the end of this semester, with specific dates next to them, in order to improve your academic standing. An example of a good goal statement would be the following. 1 week from today, I will have an appointment with a math tutor to assist me with my algebra class. 3 actions I will take to make this happen. Number 1, I will meet with my math instructor during his office hour on Monday morning and request a tutoring referral. Secondly, I will go to the Skills Center in the library on Wednesday afternoon and schedule an appointment with a tutor. And thirdly, I will study a minimum of 6 hours and write down at least 5 specific questions before meeting with the tutor. An example of a poor goal statement, I will study more for my math class. This goal statement is not specific and does not define or quantify the amount of study, nor does it give a timeline or specific action plan. Pause this presentation now and take a couple of minutes to write down your goal statement and 3 specific actions. There are several strategies to help clear academic probation. First, you may want to repeat a course in which you earned a D or F. If you repeat a course in which you earned a D or F and receive a higher grade on this next attempt, the higher grade will replace the lower grade in your GPA calculation. The original letter grade will still appear on your transcript, but the lower grade will no longer be factored into your GPA. Another strategy that you may choose to employ to remediate D or F grades and raise your cumulative GPA is a process called academic renewal. If you complete 20 consecutive units or more with C work or better beginning with the semester after your last D or F, you can petition the college to remove up to 24 units of Ds and Fs from your GPA calculation. Once again, the original letter grades will still be on the transcript with the notation of academic renewal, but those grades will no longer be factored into your GPA. Academic renewal can only be done one time. To determine whether you should repeat a class or participate in academic renewal, you should meet with a counselor. As mentioned earlier, your life may be out of balance with respect to work and school. Choosing to take 2 or 3 courses may make it easier for you to balance your work, school, life priorities than taking 4 to 5 courses. One other strategy may be to choose courses you are more confident in until you can gain good academic standing and are no longer on academic probation. There are also several strategies to clear progress probation. Enrolling in fewer classes and only those courses you are absolutely certain you will complete is one strategy. Another strategy is to be aware of the deadlines to drop without a W and drop courses early in the semester. Besides not counting against you for progress probation, you may also be due a refund if dropping your courses early enough, normally by the end of the second week of instruction for full 18-week courses. To be sure of the deadline, check the Admissions and Records webpage and look for the Academic Calendar link, and then click on the CCC Course Deadlines link for the specific term you're enrolled in. Be aware of how much time school commitments will take and how that factors in with your other commitments like work, family, and friends. To be successful, you are advised to put in at least 2 hours of outside class time studying for every hour you spend inside the classroom. So if you are enrolled in a total of 12 units and you spend a total of 12 hours in class per week, you would need to spend an additional 24 hours outside of class studying for a total of 36 hours per week. This is only a guide, however, and short-term or summer courses, lab science courses, studio courses, or other subjects where you struggle may require even more study or activity time for you to achieve success. Anytime you are struggling in school, you must ask yourself a very simple question. Am I giving myself the best chance to be successful by studying a minimum of 2 hours outside of class for every hour I spend in the classroom each week? If the answer to that question is no, clearly some changes must take place with respect to your schedule. Here's an example schedule of what it might look like if you are trying to go to school full-time and work full-time. Remember, there are only 168 hours in a week. It might be helpful for you to do a time inventory similar to this one to see where you are spending your time and cut back in areas that you are overspent on, just like a financial budget. Remember, recreation is important to your productivity, so don't cut out all recreation. As you can see, with everything this student has in their schedule, from commuting to working to chores, exercise, and school, adds up to 202 hours. Clearly, this person is overspent in their time, and there aren't enough hours in the week to accomplish everything this person has planned. In this scenario, school is often impacted. Take the appropriate number of courses that fit with your other commitments and personal needs. Here is a list of some resources for assistance. At the Counseling Center, counselors can help you figure out your academic plans, career options, and help you with personal counseling in crisis situations, or if you are having difficulties in personal areas of your life. Meeting with an instructor during your office hours can help you better determine what the instructor expects from you, and will also allow you to obtain a referral for tutoring if it is needed. EOPS can help provide extended financial assistance with books, as well as a great deal of academic support. The Financial Aid Office can assist you with understanding what type of financial assistance you are eligible for based on your individual circumstances. And finally, if you have a physical, emotional, or learning disability, or need to be tested for one, DSPS can help determine what accommodations, if any, you may be eligible for. To summarize, if you do not maintain a 2.0 cumulative GPA, or do not complete at least 50% of the courses you attempt, then you will be placed on Level 1 probation. If you aren't able to maintain this standard once again in a subsequent term, you are placed on Level 2 probation. Finally, if you aren't able to maintain this standard a third time in a subsequent term, you are subject to dismissal. If you are on dismissal, you cannot register for future semesters or add or drop a course in your current schedule. It may result in you sitting out for one or more semesters until you are reinstated to the college. Remember that you can use course repetition or academic renewal to improve your GPA. Do your best to complete the classes you are enrolled in and take a personal inventory of your time commitments. It is also helpful if you gain awareness of important deadlines, like the last day to drop a course without a W, and that you remember that you must dedicate 2 hours outside of class studying for every hour you spend in the classroom. Don't forget that help is available, but you must seek it out to take advantage of the resources. Please remember that we do want you to be successful here at Contra Costa College. If other priorities or commitments get in your way, then it is important you do your best to protect your college transcript. Sometimes that may require you to enroll in fewer courses or possibly not at all. There is no shame in doing this. With good grades, you will undoubtedly have more options open to you in the future. It is our hope that you do achieve success here at Contra Costa College. Good luck.
Congratulations! You have completed the first step of the online probation and dismissal workshop. Next, you must successfully complete a short quiz. To complete the quiz, go to the Counseling Department webpage on the Contra Costa College website, www.contracosta.edu. You must get 8 out of 11 answers correct for successful completion of this module.